please.
Yes, sir. Vice Mayor Peters. Councilman Gray.
Here.
Councilwoman Gregg.
Here.
Councilwoman Knappel.
Here.
Councilman Petty.
Here.
Councilman Warren.
Here.
City Attorney Griffin.
Here.
First item on the agenda is consider approval for the minutes for the February 1st council meeting minutes and the February 20th special call meeting on the pool repairs.
Motion approved.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? The next one is citizens' concerns. Do we have anybody? Nobody? Okay. The next one is my report. I've got quite a few things on there, so I'll try and do it as quick as possible. For Councilman Petty, we'll be starting construction on the 2 pickleball courts within the next month. We've changed the plan. We're going to put them at the old park on the asphalt where the basketball court was. We're going to put 2 pickleball courts and a basketball court down there.
Excellent.
And we're going to fence it off so the basketball doesn't interfere with the pickleball. We
Down
measured
at City Park?
at the Carthage Veterans Park, yeah.
Okay.
Sort of behind
Behind the pool.
Oh, yeah.
Between the pool
Where
and
the
the
basketball
ballpark.
was. Where the
Yeah, between the pool and the
Yeah.
ballpark, that asphalt area there. Also, I want to, when I first came into office, the budget was at $5,600,000. I don't know the exact figures. But right now, it's $171,000 less than when I came into office. But that's after we've invested in almost $600,000 worth of equipment. So we've invested in $600,000 worth of equipment to make things easier for our employees to work and provide better service, and we're only down $171,000.
Does that include the building that you built?
Though that building come out of
Okay.
that was out of the budget the year prior to that. We also gotta remember, we're gonna need to schedule a meeting to work on the charter, so we can discuss the charter, so everybody, after the budget's over with, we'll have, kind of a workshop on the charter, so we can get everybody's ideas on if they wanna change it, don't wanna change it, whatever, that was marked by Councilman Peters. Okay, and I'm gonna give you a breakdown. We've invested in a concrete mixer, concrete tools and everything. We've done 6 jobs so far, and including paying for the $3,700 concrete mixer and the 6 jobs, we've still saved $430 over contractor price. And now every job from the future is going to be a big savings because we've invested at the front. And we're doing the same thing with the, we'll go on a little further in the meeting, but any questions on any of that stuff that y'all have?
Tell me one more time what is going, 2 pickleball courts and
Half-court basketball.
half-court basketball, okay.
If it was shaped right, we could do a full-court basketball and 2 pickleball courts on the side, but it's shaped this way instead of the other way.
That way you're offering something.
I'm sorry, what's that?
That way you're offering to more groups.
Yeah, we want everybody to feel welcome and go down there and use it, because and we're gonna remodel the bathrooms.
Good.
So we're remodeling the bathrooms and get all that, because people will be down there and get used more, people want to use the restrooms, so we're gonna remodel those and leave them open now, instead of closing them
I was gonna
down.
say, if leaving them open would be nice.
Yes, we're gonna leave them open and hopefully it'll go that way. All right, next item on the bid. Next item on the agenda is department and committee reports. No, I'm gonna do that when we get to it. Anybody have any reports? Okay. Okay.
Sorry, I was busy the first hour before we meeting, so I'll just pass them down, please. That's the finance report. I'm going to highlight one area for you because we've already talked about it in the workshop prior to. Just ask you to look at page 21 in your packet, financial packet. And I have circled, we have now booked the inflow and infiltration state revolving fund loan. It's circled for you. So that's additional $165,000 of debt that we have to repay. It's a different loan. We have to repay it over 5 years, not 30. So it takes $156,000 per month to service the debt, or per year, for just to service the loans that we have on the books now. Okay, so I'm just trying to give you additional information to help you understand why cash flow is so important and what the debt load means to us going forward. And at any time you have questions, by all means, ask and we'll give you information. Thank you.
Any other committee reports? Okay, first item on unfinished business is to redesign the fencing of Spring Street basketball court. I believe we have a thing from the rec committee.
Yes, they would like to, for aesthetic purposes and all, to do the whole park, not just the basketball court.
Okay, you want to make a motion to that effect? Yeah, we
Make a
need,
motion to change it from the basketball to the whole entire park. 4-foot fence.
4-foot fence around the entire park. Do I hear a second?
Well, second for discussion.
Okay, discussion?
How much is that gonna cost?
I haven't priced it yet because we're still priced, we still got the 10-foot going up until y'all decide to change it, so.
Well,
I say it'll be cheap.
I think that's a rip-off too. What, 40,000?
28 or 34, something like, it's quite a bit.
We need to look a little harder on that.
I think so too.
We're giving away too much money.
Well, I mean, that's what y'all are here for. If y'all don't want to do it, let's not do it.
I've said my piece.
You said, so initial's gonna be the court area.
Just the basketball court only,
Yeah.
and it'd
But
be a
now they're
10-foot
saying
fence
the
around
entire
that.
park.
Now, the Parks and Rec Committee came back with a recommendation to fence in the whole park area with a 4-foot fence, which would be, it will be a lot cheaper because of the materials. But I don't have a figure on that because I didn't get it because it hasn't been approved, so I don't,
Instead of planning after it.
Yeah.
then it's gotta go to planning too, so. Any more discussion?
So does that do away with the 10-foot
Yes.
just around the basketball?
It's gonna be a 4-foot fence around the perimeter of the whole park as opposed to just like
Right
a,
down here on Spring Street.
like instead of a
The
cage
entire
around the
park.
basketball field, it'll be a fence around the entire park.
Okay, so that's not a bad idea, but we probably need to know the cost on that before we vote on
You just tell me what you want me to do, you don't want to.
Have we bid it out? Now, we were gonna do
No,
that.
what we've got, you've approved 34,000 for the 10-foot.
Yes.
Okay, this came out of the Parks and Recs Committee, they want to do a 4-foot fence around the whole park.
Okay.
It's y'all's decision to go with the initial plan or change the plan, whatever y'all decide to do.
We either change it or we're going with what we already had. Is that what we're
I
saying?
mean, you already voted on that one, that
Right.
one's already been approved.
Right.
So that you
But
have
if
to
you
go,
with
you
the other,
can't,
that'll take that down.
yes.
And the estimate on that was what, 34?
I think so, I don't remember off the top of my
So
head.
do we have an estimate on what this new would be? We don't have that at this point in time.
I mean, we can get it we can table it till next meeting if you want, and
I'd
we'll
love
get
to see
it.
an estimate.
Me too.
So, let's table
Okay, what,
it, so.
I think it's a good idea, but
I
Right,
agree.
I
wanna know what
Yeah.
we're spending.
I
I
like
get
the
it.
idea.
You have to
I agree with
rescind,
that.
she had,
Not
Yeah,
against the
withdraw your
fence, just
motion.
want to make sure we're doing it right.
rescind your motion if you care to.
I can rescind my motion.
Okay, motion's off the table. Now I need a motion to
I'll make a motion to bid it out or see what the cost of a 4-foot.
table it till next
I'll
meeting.
table.
And I'll second that.
Any discussion on that? All in favor?
Aye.
That ends unfinished business. Now we have new business. First item on new business is a ordinance, basically, or resolution, sorry, that we're applying for a CDBG grant of $1 million with was it a 25% match, Scott?
Yes.
With a 25% match for our water sewer lines, and it's a $1 million grant. So I just need y'all's approval on the resolution if you want to do it, or if you don't want to do it, let me know.
I'd say it's just an application.
Yes.
Doesn't mean we're gonna.
Yeah, we're applying for it. We haven't taken it
Matching
or,
grant? Is that a matching grant?
we got 20% match on $1 million as opposed to normally 25 to 40% depending on that. But this is an actual grant. We get the money and we pay our portion.
I'll make a motion that we apply for that grant.
Second.
Any discussion? All in, roll call, please. It's dealing with money.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gregg,
Yes.
Councilwoman Knappel,
Yes.
Councilman Petty,
Yes.
Councilman Warren,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Peters is absent.
Okay, motion carried. Next item on the agenda is approval for funds for land purchase on Upper Ferry Road for the new city hall.
I'd like a little discussion on exactly where it's gonna be and the size of it.
Well, we need to make the motion to get into discussion.
I make a motion that we know what we're voting on.
Second that.
Do we have any figures?
Okay, I'll say it again. We're voting on the land purchase of property on Upper Ferry
Well, we
Road.
don't have any figures, right?
That's vague.
Well, so I'm saying that's where it's at. I can tell you it's $325,000. I wanted to put that out here in the meeting, so everybody got it at one time. It wasn't bits and pieces. It's, you know where Mr. Waller lives?
Yes.
Where his fence line is there? It's that lot there and about another half acre over this way and 200 feet back, right there on Upper Ferry Road, right across from the housing project.
Is it 200 feet on both sides?
Both sides of what?
As you said, it goes back 200 feet.
On the right-hand side is 286 feet, I believe. The front side it's got a jog to it because there's a property line. It goes 197, then 237 that way. Something along those lines.
So it goes into the tree line.
Yes, it's into the tree line.
Well, isn't there a part of that that's a swamp?
Not in the area we're at. The area that we're looking at is in the 500-year floodplain instead of the 100-year floodplain.
I'm talking about the 6-week floodplain. There's a lot of water lays in
This
it.
this area is high. It's not down there in that dip. We're closer towards, was it Elm Street? Yeah,
Elm
we're closer to Elm Street than we are to the radio station, if that makes sense. Is that better? You know where that big vacant lot that they keep mowed all the time? That's included in it, okay? That's higher than down here in the bottom. There's a dip in it that goes down like this, but the engineer looked at it and said they're gonna fill it in and it should be no problem whatsoever as far as flooding or anything.
So there's place there for a lot of good parking.
Oh, it's gonna be that exact, right there. It's gonna have all the parking we need, it's gonna have the drive-through for the senior citizens, it's gonna have, the second floor will be the police department, they can have all the stuff they need. We'll have a more modern building, the council chambers will look like that. It'll be set up where we can face out to the public instead of sitting like this. I mean, like I said, there's no overkill in there. We didn't put granite countertops or nothing. We put in the basics that we could get to keep it the cheapest we could.
We've pretty much expunged all of our other options.
Well, I mean, I tried to work with the county. That didn't
I know
work.
that.
I mean, it's just, things don't happen all the
I know
time. We
that. I'm
talked
just-
about
I'm just-
buying, we talked to Mr. Donahoe about the Moss building. That was extremely expensive.
Yep.
Another person approached me on Main Street about another thing, which was 3 times as high as this price right here. I mean, I wish I could get it for $150, but it's not gonna happen in this day and age with real
Exactly.
estate.
And we try to.
And repeat again how much that they're gonna charge us for that parcel? How much?
$325.
I sent you guys the contract.
Yeah, y'all have copies of the contract. We had to sign a contract, but it's not binding until you approve it. So it's gotta go through you, the planning commission, and back before it's even binding, so.
Does the packet we've got, does that include a plat of what you intend to buy?
Yes. That's why I thought when you said you didn't know, we gave it all out to y'all.
It doesn't include the actual.
Doesn't have
plat.
the actual plat on that one?
That survey wasn't complete yet.
Okay, so go ahead,
Yeah,
Scott.
the picture from the engineer.
Yeah,
So
there's
that's
pictures.
the engineer pictures where the property is, because he came out and looked at it and said that's the best place that we found so far.
You know that,
I did. Should be in your
you
agenda
don't see
package.
it
I didn't see it
on the
either.
same as the agenda?
Well, it should be scanned in. I scanned in every bit of this, but you guys are welcome to look at it if you wanna look at the hard copy.
The only thing I see on my email is the agenda, but maybe I'm not finding it. I don't use Outlook a lot, but I don't see any
You should have
attachment except
all-
the agenda.
No, your agenda comes first and then the next day all your documents come.
I don't see it.
I don't either.
Got the special call, but I don't have.
Yeah.
Yes, I've got the special calls
I don't know why you guys
And the
would,
March
did you get them,
agenda.
Andre?
Yeah, I got,
And a lot
you
of-
sent,
I
you sent me
got-
2 in a row yesterday.
Yeah. And you guys were
That
copied in on the
explains, that
same.
explains why y'all don't know what's
I
going
believe
on.
you, but I
No,
don't
well,
see it.
they're copied in on the same one, so I don't know why you guys wouldn't have got it. Cause I sent it all out to everyone as a whole.
I only see the agendas to click on and download.
It wouldn't be with your agenda. I send the
It
agenda,
would be a separate email.
yes.
I don't have it.
Yesterday at 1:42 PM
Yeah, I sent
to
it.
everybody.
Mm-hmm.
The last I got was
2:24
Wednesday.
PM.
Yeah, Wednesday at 2:24.
I don't have one.
I don't have
Yeah,
it.
we-
Then I guess we're calling IT, cause
Yeah,
I
'cause
copied
we-
it, I
yeah,
copied
we
it
can-
in.
I mean, I've got it, the attorney's got it. Scott, did you get it?
Well, I'm not saying nobody's seen it.
No, I'm just saying, we need to
don't
find
have
out
it.
why you didn't get it, though. We can't-
Yeah.
I mean, we can't just keep going if you're not getting the information.
No, because I got something Wednesday and it has the special called meeting.
Sure.
on it.
We'll go ahead and get you hard copies of everything. Does everyone care if we table this till we get the information and then go back to it?
I don't think we need to. I'll make a motion to table it.
We have a motion
Table it
on
till the end of the
floor now.
meeting.
Table it.
Do we have a motion on the floor?
No,
No,
we haven't.
he had a motion to
No.
discuss,
Okay.
and we've discussed.
We've discussed.
Did
Didn't he
that
ask
really
for
get a
discuss?
second? Okay, cause I didn't write that down.
So we made a motion to table it. Do I hear a second?
Second.
All in favor, table to the end of the meeting?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, next item on the agenda is approval of emergency contract with Gornsville. Take that off the agenda, please. We don't need that. Next item is gonna be the approval of date change for next council meeting from April 4th to April 11th. Does anyone have a problem with that? And we're gonna have our second budget workshop at 5 o'clock that day.
I don't have a problem with it.
That should
Can
be fine.
can I get a motion, please?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Any opposed? Okay, motion carries. Now, the next item, I need to ask permission to add one more item to the agenda after the trench box. It got mistakenly taken off. It's the purchase of a skid steer.
Motion to discuss,
But just
Motion to add it to
add
the
the
agenda.
agenda.
motion to add and discuss.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, I'm gonna do these all pretty much in the same thing. The trench box is something we have to have. I don't know why we haven't had it in the years the city's been here, but you cannot get in a ditch on the street that's over 5 foot tall without having this box in there. You have to have it by OSHA standards, has to be in this box. If you're over 5 foot tall, you call it there, we get fined. It's safety, it's a safety thing, and, when we're gonna start doing our own water lines and sewer lines now, we're gonna need it to do that, cause most of our sewer lines are between 7 and 14 feet deep. So we're gonna need the trench box to do that. That's gonna be, Derek, what's the price on the trench box?
17,000.
17,000 for the trench box.
Fine would be a whole lot more than that, wouldn't it?
Fine would be about 118,000, I
Don't want
asked.
to get OSHA involved.
No, I mean, if we don't get that, we can't put any water or sewer lines in.
Are we voting on these independently or are we voting on a whole group?
It's however you wanna do it.
I make a motion that we purchase the trench box.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Yes, whatever.
Yes.
Okay,
Dr.
Councilman
Lee.
Gray. Councilwoman Gray.
Yes.
Councilwoman Knappel.
Yes.
Councilman Petty.
Yes.
Councilman Warren.
Yes.
Okay, on the skid steer, we were going to trade the backhoe in on this skid steer. It's not just a skid steer, we're getting a snow plow with it and what's called a rock cutter. The rock cutter is what we're gonna use to cut the road so we can make the cuts in the road smaller so we don't have to dig a 6 foot wide thing and repave a 6 foot wide thing. We're gonna cut about what do you say, about 3 to 4 foot trench instead of
Yes.
it's about a 3 to 4 foot trench. So what we did is we went ahead and put the backhoe on Gov Deals and we got 35,000 for that. We're gonna take it off the price of this and the total price is gonna be $63,000. Now, once I say that, let me tell you what's gonna happen. The first road we're gonna do was contracted at $195,000. Am I right on that? Yeah. $195,000. If you take the $63,000 and the $17,000 for the trench box and the price of the pipe, we're still saving the citizens of this county or city $37,000. That's just on the first project. After we do the first project, it's paid for itself. We move on, and the savings will be close to $100,000 per line. So
cost is gonna be more if you have to, you got 6 foot extra.
Well, if you hire a contractor, they come in and then, it's just,
Yeah, I agree.
and we got the paving equipment now, we can do the paving ourselves. And so I was gonna say, I don't know if y'all noticed it, but they're doing the curbs and stuff around town, the sidewalks. We've hired someone that can do all that. Instead of contracting it out at thousands and thousands of dollars, we got the ability to do it ourselves.
So you need a motion to approve.
I just need a motion to do something.
Motion to approve the purchase.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman Gray.
Me,
Councilwoman Gray.
Yes.
Councilwoman Knappel.
Yes.
Councilman Petty.
Yes.
Councilman Warren.
Yes.
Okay, that's all the new items until we get the information back on the land purchase. So the land purchase is back on the table.
Did you already have?
Oh, I thought we had it in the package, but obviously they didn't get the package, so
So I don't know why they didn't, if y'all did.
nothing we can do about it.
I don't know.
That is strange, that's what I was asking.
Well,
If
that's
you
what-
wanted a motion
especially
to
'cause I-
approve, I was like, what? We
Well,
don't
that's
know
why I was
anything.
like, you guys don't know the cost, it's in there.
Yeah, everything. I thought Sam was messing with me,
I,
actually.
well, I was curious, but then when Miss Barbara said it, I was like, that's weird.
That's why when Sam said that, I said, Sam, are you messing with me? You got all the information.
Because I did get something from you yesterday, but it was the agenda for the special call meeting
That's what I got.
was attached to that.
You mean the minutes for the,
Yeah.
Yeah, the minutes.
Oh, okay.
That came right after. the
Yeah,
one
that was my
you sent two-
second.
You sent two in a row.
Yeah, that's weird, because like I said, you guys were copied in on it, he just pulled it up.
You know, technology can do it.
I know, it's just weird that they got it and y'all
y'all
didn't.
get home, it'll be sitting in your emails when you get home.
That's hot.
I have lots of problems with my email on my computer, I don't know what it is, but I just find it odd that few people got it and some didn't.
Yeah, on the same email.
Yeah,
Now, this picture is done before the actual survey. They did the survey the other day, from my understanding. I don't know what they,
What is the road frontage?
200 and, let's see, 236?
that real deep ditch is a pretty good piece away from that. isn't
It is. It's got a gradual slope to it. I mean, it's not by level by no means. But the engineer looked at it and he said, there's no problem with that. He said, like I said, that'd actually work out better than the one in front of the courthouse because it's gonna be easier. We don't have to dig down 8 feet and fill it full of rock.
yeah, Evan says that's the best one I've seen so far.
Is this cost added into the budget already, the cost of the land? Is
Well, no,
that a
remember
part of
last
it?
year we budgeted 1.5 million. We didn't spend any of that money yet at all. This will come out of this year's budget to pay for the land, and then the next year's budget will pay for the city
So what
hall.
we saw was just the cost of the building.
That was for the cost of the building next year,
Yes.
if you guys approve it.
In next year's budget.
Yeah, next year's budget. We haven't touched any of the money that y'all approved for this year at all. There's still 1.5 million sitting there to be
This isn't
spent.
an extra, this is what's already there.
Yes.
It's still, okay.
That price for this is. Gotta find a good place that I can see.
What was the price on the Moss building?
1.6 million.
Thank you.
That's what I said too. And
But
then we would have to
still-
put at least 3 or 4 million in that to make it work anyway. It'd have been nice if we could have done that, but it's just way too much money, because the bays would have been there and everything.
We're in a position where we have to build something, so.
I mean, it's y'all's call.
I know.
Like I said, I have not got a formal building inspection on this building yet, because I'm afraid to.
I know.
And we've done talked about all the options. but
Yep. I mean, I've
Tearing
gone,
down and building back, that's just not feasible.
No.
Now, did I understand that y'all have done the survey for this 1.29 acres?
that was the owners of that own it, they had it surveyed so we could break it off into that portion to it for us.
But we do have a copy of that actual survey.
No, they just did it Monday.
Okay. I'd like this to be tabled until we can look at the survey and study the land more. That was a motion, by the way.
We got a motion on the table to discuss. We have to,
Well, if we're still discussing, I don't want to lose that opportunity when there isn't any other land we've tried.
well, I mean, I got offered a piece the other day, but it was $450,000 for a half an acre. I mean, land is not like it used to be.
Nope.
So, what motions do we
Motion to discuss it.
Yep,
Yeah.
Sam made the motion to discuss, and then it was second by, I think, somebody.
I just knew we'd come back from table, but I didn't.
Yeah, we're in the discussion mode right now, and then Sam wants a motion to table, but we have to get out of this motion to get into that
I
motion.
didn't hear anybody motion to discuss it.
Motion to get out of the discussion phase.
Motion to end the
That's what we
discussion
need.
phase.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. I make a motion that this be tabled until we have an actual survey and have time to go and look at the land.
Could we amend that to say, once the survey is in hand, then we could go ahead and purchase it?
Glad to, that was more or less my intention.
Yeah.
I'm not voting on anything that we don't know anything about.
How long's our options?
What's it till
April 22nd.
April 22nd, but we've got a lot of steps to go to between now and
Yeah.
April 22nd to get it
This does go
done.
through planning commission,
Oh,
correct?
And then it has to come back.
this is what we have to do to process, to purchase the land. One, we had to put down $25,000 earnest money, which means that's nothing, Sam knows that. If the contract, if you don't approve it, we get the $25,000 back and nothing. You need to approve the funds to buy the property. Then it needs to go into planning. Then the planning commission has to approve the purchase of the land as a master plan for Carthage. Then it has to go to rezoning, to rezoning from R1 to RR, okay? Then planning will also need to approve the reverse subdivision because that one section is itself and then they gotta put it into the other, so we gotta make it one piece for just R.
Combine it
Is everybody, am I
to one
losing it?
lot.
Everybody good with that so far? Okay, and then they need to, should all that be approved, then to be returned to council for 2 readings. We have to have 2 readings in order to purchase the land. We will likely need a special call meeting to make it fit all the time frame by April 22nd. So that's where we're at.
Or got a meeting on April 11th. How soon can we have a survey in here?
I don't know, we didn't do it, they did it.
Do we know who he's even surveyed it?
Carbon,
He told me he thought he would have it to me at the end of this week.
He's usually pretty quick.
He is.
So that's tomorrow.
I know. I was hoping we would have an actual plat tonight, but
why, can I make a suggestion?
Yes, please do.
If we're going to think about approving this, why don't we make it contingent on the survey and everything else, so we can continue the process forward? We ain't got anywhere, we haven't paid any money. And then if you say, after it comes back to planning, you don't have to vote on it again.
yeah, it's still gonna come back twice.
Go ahead.
We haven't made the escrow payment.
I already told them that, yeah. So, if you don't want it, when it comes back from planning, you can say, no, we don't want it. But if we wait now, we may lose it because of the April 22nd deadline, but we're not committing to anything except for sending it to planning and moving forward.
Not out any money, not gonna lose
We
anything.
No.
don't have a second on that.
Yeah, his motion failed for lack of second.
Okay. So I will make that motion with your suggestion.
Okay.
That we move forward to purchase it based on, you have
The survey.
Survey in hand.
Second.
All right, roll call, please.
I'm sorry, could we repeat that? I just,
Repeat that back for Sam, please.
yes.
Ms. Barber made a motion to move forward to purchase land with survey in hand, and I assume to go ahead and send it to planning.
And send it to
Yeah, to complete the
Because
process.
we still have to have,
Knowing that
Yeah,
we-
there's a lot of steps.
Knowing that we can still,
Well, not only that, we can't get through planning without the survey anyway.
yeah,
Yeah, that's gotta be in front of them.
so
Yeah.
at least we can go to that next step to planning.
but we still have the option at the end of the day.
Well, it's gotta come back to y'all twice.
Yeah.
You still got 2 more votes on it.
And we had a second.
Yes. Roll call, please.
Councilman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Gray,
Yes.
Councilwoman Knappel,
Yes.
Councilman Petty,
No.
Councilman Warren.
Yes.
Passes.
Motion carries. Take a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
All in favor? Hold on one second. We can't do that. Meeting's adjourned.